for the first time just caught their breath, didn't they?
And I think the players will, too. There's that half-court trap by Houston. A lot of quickness, and you've got Akeem back there in case anything comes through.
There's the foul on Mishaw. He and Rodney McRae had a collision on that play.
Well, one of the things that Houston will find out about Louisville early is that Louisville will not be intimidated inside. They will take it to Louisville as far as going for the basket.
You know what they say? The Louisville players are saying we get more shots blocked in practice than any opponent is blocked. So they are not intimidated by this Slamma-Jamma team. Rodney McRae, 2 free throws coming.
Remember, this young man was the starting center on a team that won the national championship when he was a freshman, made all NCAA tournament team as a freshman.
His brother Scooter didn't get to play that year due to a knee operation, so he'd like to be in on a title team. Rodney missed them both, and that might be, again, the pace of this game affecting the free throw shooting. Mishaw missed 1, and now 2 by Rodney.
Great man-to-man by Louisville.
Geddes, number 2 in the Southwest Conference, and assists in Akeem. Comes up with a basket, his first.
And a good job by Louisville to break right out of that made basket.
Reach in by Mishaw.
There you have Houston back in his zone. So Louisville playing a man-to-man, Houston playing the 2-3 zone.
Milt Wagner will reset it. What a great second half he had against Kentucky. He finished with 18 points.
You see, Gary, what they do, they take their 2 guards and they play kind of behind each other on that zone.
Charles Jones ties it up again. 14 minutes to go in this first half of play.
One of the things Louisville does so well, they pick up the zone press and then they drop back to man-to-man and never seem to get caught in it.
Here's Geddes. Brings it out to Franklin. Akeem wanted the ball, and he's going to do something with it. That's going to go off. Louisville, no, check it, Houston. We're going to have a break in the action now. Michael Young will be coming back in. 13 minutes, 48 seconds left to play in the first half.
Boxing fight where they're going to take it a couple of rounds to get themselves organized before they really get into the flow of the game. Here you see Rodney McRae again playing back in the backcourt because Denny Crum figures when they press, that'll leave Wagner open for the jumper, and there it was.
Wagner usually hits those. Rebound by Larry Mishaw. Geddes will bring it up.
There's no press in the country that doesn't allow you to get that shot from the corner, and that's why Denny Crum has inverted McRae and put him back there. Mishaw, if they play in front of him, they throw the lobs in, they play behind, he shoots the turnaround jumper. Tough to handle.
14-12, the Cougars by 2. Lancaster, Gordon, Akeem almost got that one. And now Geddes has it.
Akeem altered the shot, Gary, you're on the money.
Average 8 blocks a shot, or 8 blocks a game, this Houston team, and they're going to be right on target again.
Geddes in the ball game with 203 assists and only 54 turnovers.
Boy, I don't know how Drexler did that. There was no place to go, and he has 6 points.
Charles Jones very slow getting up, coming down the court a little slow.
He was coughing a while ago and breathing very heavily, Jones was.
He has had asthma.
He's got an allergy problem. He takes shots for it, and he looks tired, Bill.
He really is.
At the free throw line.
He really is. He's trying to get his breath, breathing very deeply.
It's the first 4-point lead of the game now, enjoyed by Houston.
Louisville going back to their half-court offense.
Oh, what a pass. Scooter McRae to Jones. Oh, that was something.
Jones went baseline. Scooter filled his spot.
16-14. Houston with a 25-game winning streak, and
Elijah Warren on a push-off.
He pushed off on Jones. That is his second personal foul.
And Jones is telling Denny Crum he's got to come out of there.
He is really hurting, Billy. I noticed it during a free throw. He was standing at center circle. You can imagine at this altitude, if you have an allergy on top of that, how difficult it is. Billy Thompson will come in for him.
And still, Milt Wagner and Lancaster Gordon down on the corners. The reason they can play down there is Rodney McRae capable of handling the ball up top.
And a lot of people feel that Jones is the key to this game. Now, how many minutes is he going to be able to play?
Well, he's still bent over there holding his pants. You can see him just trying to get his breath. Maybe that's why Louisville is going into a little delay here, to let him get his breath before they can win their offense. Houston backing up that zone now. They're playing way back inside the foul line.
11:28 to go, first half. The winner of the first game, North Carolina State, will play the winner of this one.
I look for Milt Wagner. Look for that jump shot if they're going to back in that zone that far.
Here's Scooter. Rebound, his brother Rodney lost it, got it again. Rejected by Akeem. Michael Young, beautiful pass. Drexler with 8 impressive points in this game.
And by moving Akeem Olajuwon right to the center of that zone, you see how effective he is blocking the shot even after you get by the first man.
Wagner, deadly from outside. You're going to have to stop the clock while they retrieve the ball. And also coming in, we're going to have Benny Anders, Billy Thompson, and Jeff Hall.
Now here it is. Olajuwon went over to try to alter that shot. Rodney McRae with his great hands. Now see, he gets over Mishaw, but Olajuwon is standing behind there, blocked it with a man in between he and the shooter.
Well, you pointed out he blocks more of his shots coming across many times, not on his own man.
From the weak side, because as a shooter, you don't expect him to be there.
Well, now, as we mentioned, a couple of substitutions. Here's one of them, Benny Anders, who's been instant offense for him this year. And there's the other substitute, Billy Thompson, with a rebound.
Nice push-off by Billy Thompson without committing a foul. Went up with his body well.
There's the third sub, Jeff Hall. So both the 6th and 7th men for Louisville are freshmen coming off the bench.
And even though it's the Final Four, don't be surprised to see Hall put up his jumper early. He's like Anders. He can't hit that jumper.
There's a reach-in, almost taken away by Franklin. He did get it away. He got it away from Thompson. 3 turnovers now against the Cardinals.
Drexler wanted the loss.
Franklin's playing well, isn't he? Alvin Franklin now with 6. 4-point lead again for Houston.
Well, the Houston point guards have been maligned all year long, but I think Guy Lewis is getting great play out of them. He uses 3 different people, gives them minutes of playing time about equal, and they all contribute to the club.
Franklin's the most sought-after player in the state of Texas last year. Here's Jones. We thought he might come out of there, but he's staying in the ball game.
Well, by slowing the game down a little bit to give Charles Jones a chance to get his breath. Now Scooter McRae is bent over, trying to get his breath.
Here's Hall. What a shooter he is. Little 2, sharp on the angle. Jones hustles it in. Charles Jones now with 6. It's a 2-point lead now.
Isn't it interesting? Even after Louisville scores, they can't get their press to take anything away from Houston.
I just wondered this altitude they can maintain it. Here's Anders. Power move. Rebound. Billy Thompson. Thompson to Hall, and that's thrown away.
A little bit of inexperience right there. Hall should have been looking back for that ball. Billy Thompson coming out quickly.
There's Akeem on the bench, sitting down with 2 fouls. Timeout. 9:08 to go in the first half. 2-point lead by Houston. These two clubs have met on 3 occasions, with Billy none finer than 1968. What a matchup that was.
And look at the 2 players listed down in the bottom. 2 of the greatest players in the history of collegiate basketball. For that matter, in the history of the game. Wes Unseld, Elvin Hayes have both have done so well, not only in collegiate ranks, but also in the professional rank. 2 eventual Hall of Famers, I'm sure.
Houston has never won a national semifinal game, even though they have been to the Final Four under Guy Lewis 4 times. Here is Young, and Young now, the Young we remember.
That's some spin around.
Houston shooting 50% from the field. Louisville 45. Anders goes for the steal.
Dangerous pass.
Bill Wagner, boy, he is tremendous from outside. Here's Young again. Big transition.
Again, that's what we talked about last week. When a team's going to pick up that zone press, you throw over the top of it. And for Houston, they've got some fellas that can really catch that long pass.
Franklin going for the steal. Wagner, people flying around before him, in front of him, behind him, and he still gets it in. 2-point game again. 24-22 Houston.
Mishaw now down on the other end of the floor. You've got Franklin, Young, and Drexler, who can all throw that ball over the top of the press.
Drexler's the guy that really initiates what they do against the press.
I thought Denny Crum made a good point when he was talking with Brent that the point guard really isn't the problem. It's Drexler.
Going to go off of Louisville. Now substitutions. Olajuwon will come back in. So will Reed Geddes. Mishaw, Franklin will come out. Now the bench of Houston might be as deep as anybody. They call them the cavalry, and they may